Hey there, this is Matt of State of Flux, and hey there, everybody! It's Revenge of the Sixth. That's right, we're here to talk about the second Ewok made-for-TV film called Ewoks: The Battle for Endor. And for those not in the know, this is an unyieldingly bleak film that is considerably better looking than the previous film. I just have to throw that out there. The production budget went way high. There's some really good makeup, like the costuming of the bad guys looks considerably better. There's some really neat stop motion shots and effects and stuff like that really work for this. And an introduction of an even more adorable precursor to Jar Jar Binks, where we have a little fast zippy dude that's pretty fun. That said, this film is very much George Lucas working out his divorce by slaughtering the family that you've come to know and love from the previous film. Yes, spoiler alert, everybody. This film opens with an attack on the forest moon of Endor, where the survivor girl from the first one, who spent so much time trying to reclaim and save her mom and dad, only to discover that they get killed instantly in this film. The dad has a little bit of time, but the mom, phew, she is gone. And Mace, who I liked, still can't act when he dies, but he dies too! That shocked me! When I was young, I saw this one time when I was young, because like I said, I was a big fan of those first three films, as well as that Ewok adventure film, and then I saw this one and I was just like, well, this isn't fun. I liked those people. And now you're telling me I just spent all this time with these characters only for them to be dead at the beginning of the next film? It was a really good primer for Alien 3 to happen to me a few years down the line. But anyway, I digress. This one finds Cindel, now an orphan, with her Ewoks as the chosen family. However, most of them have been slaughtered too, and the ones that aren't, she goes on a quest to rescue. And the other thing this movie does is introduce sort of witchcraft to the Star Wars universe, which I have to say, I'm really not a fan of like the whole witchcraft coven thing. I don't think it particularly works well here. It feels very Power Rangers-y in this film, if I'm being quite honest. I don't like it with any of the stuff in the Darth Maul saga of the Clone Wars, with all that stuff with the witch coven thing just doesn't work for me at all in Star Wars, except for in The Acolyte. I thought actually kind of nailed it and made it interesting, and I liked it in that. However, nobody seems to like Acolyte, so fuck me, am I right? Anyway, I digress. This film is bleak, but then it tries so hard not to be afterwards. After its bleak setup, and then bleak immersion in the middle, you meet like a nice sprightly grandfather-like figure, and like the cute little running around speedy imp guy, and then the whole climax happens. It never gets quite as dark as it got in the beginning, but then it has like this weird Wizard of Oz like conclusion. And this film is not so much that it's bad, it's baffling, because I don't really know who it's made for. It's too intense for kids, unless this is the only film of the Ewok adventure that they've watched. If you're watching it as a sequel to that first film, it's pretty bad, because it just rubs you the wrong way instantly. And it's not like dark enough for a teenage audience to get into, or certainly not adults or anything. So I just don't really know who this is for or why it is the way it is, outside of George Lucas had that weird period around 1984-85 where he was dealing with his divorce and made Indiana Jones a horror film, and this just unyieldingly bleak and murks the mom instantly in the film, and then has like the dad have one last little gasp of wisdom and like run, and they recast him, by the way, with the dude from the Breakfast Club, the principal. Anyway, I don't know what to make of this film because, as I said, it's not bad, it's not good, it just is. I kind of like it, but I don't really ever want to watch it again because it's not a positive feeling, but there's a lot of like good looking things. I think it's way better looking. It's got more interesting creatures. It's brighter. Clearly more money's been dumped into it. It just simply looks better than the first one. And it doesn't feel like a TV movie. This feels more like a straight-to-video film of the time, where it clearly has like a movie budget, but not necessarily a cinema budget, whereas the previous work very much look and felt like a TV movie and a low-budget one at that. Yeah, I'm curious to see what I'll talk about next May the 4th. Maybe it's time for me to actually review the Clone Wars, the TV show. We'll see. We'll see how ambitious I am. Or maybe I'll give you my thoughts on the final 4 episodes of The Acolyte. I never finished that review. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Peace.